Joss, the man they called Joss. He wrote about spaceships and shepherds and horses.
Hey everyone, quick bonus video. If you're ever working on a big project like the Haunebu, and you find yourself getting to that point where it's like, oh, I'm ready for this to be done, oh, it's going to look great, etc., etc., and you start to cut corners or not wait as long as you should for items to be done, like paint to dry and things like that, you're kind of reaching burnout on the project. So, to avoid this, I always say set it aside, let it do what it's going to do while the glue is drying or molds are curing or whatever. Take a break and do something small, you know, an afternoon project that you can just put together and have that I finished it feeling that will see you through the big project. So I was getting there with the Haunebu, and I decided, all right, take a break. And for me, that's painting miniatures. I can paint a miniature in a good afternoon, really nice, and I can feel like I'm doing good. Or you get one of those really tiny model kits that you can just put together, paint up, and have fun with. So for me, my wife and I are huge board gamers. We love the game Firefly the board game, and it comes with these for counters. They're okay, they're nice, and oh please someone come out with a affordable, Serenity model kit that's a good size, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. But what I want is a little bit more cool factor for my games. So I am painting up all the Fireflies to look a little bit more realistic. So we started out by taking the old ones and giving them a good base coat of a primer, and then we're going to do a wash, a little bit of metal work, and then we're going to paint the colors, so orange, blue, yellow, green, purple, all the little colors, and we'll distinguish each Firefly that way. So you can see here we're little head and steps, primer. I've painted the windows black. I've painted the Firefly engine flares yellow. So then we're going to go in here, paint the metal bits. The whole thing's going to get a wash, and then we'll do the colors on them. So, and then I've got other things like the Reaver ships. They all need to be painted up. The bad guys, the Alliance Corvette that's in the movie Serenity. I've got the Walden, which is in the series Firefly. This is the one that tries to trap the Serenity and take her for parts. And then I've got Jabal Herbal's Interceptor, the bounty hunter from Things in Space. So we're going to paint all those up. Now these are all player ships here. These are game ships that, like NPCs for lack of a better term. And I've already painted up the Alliance Cruiser. So I think that one's pretty good to go. And we're going to finish off with all these. And that's the project for today. Just something so I can get that I'm finished feeling. So I'll probably do a speed video on this one, so you'll get to watch me do all the little fast maneuvers, and it'll be kind of stupid and fun and bonus video. Yay! Alright, talk to you a bit.
It's meaningful and witty, and the setting's really gritty, and the theme song's about serenity. It's a little like a western, yeah! It's a little like X-Files. It's better than Trek, and it's funnier than Shrek, and it beats out Andromeda by miles. He wrote about spaceships and shepherds and whores. stood up to the networks and gave them what for. Fox canceled his program, but that was their loss. The creator of Firefly the Game.
Here we go. We've got the base cover coat. We've got the metal bits, the exposed metal bits, and the engine. That's all good to go on all my Firefly classes. And I've even painted the solar panels a silver so that when I paint them blue, they'll have a bit more of a reflective element. Now I'm going to take Nuln oil. Yes, I know, I use Citadel. I like Citadel paints. I like their color schemes. I like their inks. Sorry, it's what I like. And this is not a paid promotion by Citadel. However, if Citadel would like to give me a paid promotion, I will not argue with you. I am stupid. Okay, so Citadel. And we're going to do a full wash over the entire ship. Oops. Hold on, open back up. So we're just going to do a wash. Don't need too much. Just get those lines marked out there. Dulls things down just a little bit. Brings out some of the details. Now these miniatures are for the game are okay. They've got some detail. It's a little soft, but it's nice. Oop, got a little bit. Now, here's a good example. If you get too much paint, like this Nuln oil, the inks, you can use your brush to move it around so it doesn't settle where you don't want it. And you can also dry your brush off and whisk it away from areas. Pull it out. Now, the Nuln oil, or any inks really, take about a good 30 minutes to dry totally, give or take. So make sure you go ahead and give them the time they need to dry. And while you're doing that, you know, you can pick out your color schemes for the rest of the ship or whatever. But yeah, make sure any inks, but in this case Nuln oil, has had time to thoroughly dry. So there we go. And so here we go. That is a good wash over the entire ship. So we'll go ahead and let that dry, do the other ships, and we'll come back in just a couple minutes. Okie dokie, here we go. So we can see here move my light so we can see here. There. You can see here that the wash has settled into all the little nooks and crannies and given us a little tiny bit more detail. So now we're going to do a quick dry brush. My old brushes. We're going to use a nice light gray, and that will be our dry brush color, just to throw out some highlights. So once again, dry brush method, get some paint on the brush, wipe it off. And then it's just little light brushing. Just enough to bring out some of these edges. I actually had a little too much paint on this brush. That's okay though. Not trying to be a perfectionist on this one. And there we go. So the edges are all distinct. Got some detail back on the ship. Edges are nicely highlighted. So there we go. So I'm going to continue on dry brushing all the ships. Then I will do ship colors, and that's where I'm going to deviate from these looking like actual fireflies, because I've got to have colors to distinguish. So I'll be picking out sections that I will color to match the color of the game piece. So let me go ahead and dry brush the rest of these and be back. Oh, wait, before we go. We also have the Walden Ship. It has been painted its color red, and it's been given its wash, which was drying, along with Jubal Early's Interceptor. It's been given a couple coats of different grays, and it's being given a wash. So, and if you don't remember this one's from Objects in Space, where Jubal came on the Serenity to capture a river. So that one, and I don't remember the episode name of this one. This is where they tried to hijack the Serenity for parts. So there we go. And back in just a few. Dry brush is complete. We've got the detail. Now, here's where we're gonna break away from the actual, ship. Looking like a real, real firefly. So, the colors are green, blue, yellow, orange, purple. Yep. So there's a couple different. So what I'm going to do is the frame around the glass is going to be colored. The crest is going to be colored. The engine pods, the band, and I think the top of the mess deck will be painted, and the tail bar will be painted green, or painted the color of the ship so that it stands out on the tabletop. So all right, that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to go ahead and do the fast, so you can kind of watch for fun. Why not? So hold tight, we're getting ready. And there we go. A good afternoon. All the miniatures are painted up for the game. And it's a nice sense of completion. It's really makes you feel like you got something done, and kind of clears your palette for getting back to the big project. So I'm going to do a couple close-ups of all these ships for you, and then next time we'll be back on the Haunebu and moving towards completion on that.
Trilogy, oh trilogy, I want my trilogy. Don't stop at 1, don't stop at 2. Go ram it, give me 3. Trilogy, oh trilogy, that's what I want to see. Someday I'll own a box set of that big damn trilogy. They said we couldn't do it. They said our show should die. They took our love, they took our land, they canceled our Firefly. One thing they didn't reckon in our fan psychology is brown coats carry greenbacks and we want our trilogy. Trilogy, oh trilogy, I want my trilogy. Don't stop at 1, don't stop at 2, go ram it, give me 3. Trilogy, oh trilogy, that's what I want to see. Someday I'll own a box set of that big damn trilogy. Trilogy, oh trilogy, I want my trilogy. Don't stop at 1, don't stop at 2, go ram it, give me 3. Trilogy, oh trilogy, that's what I want to see. Someday I'll own a box set of that big damn trilogy. They say the best things in this verse always come in 3s. Musketeers and Stooges, LOTR DVDs. When a show's got ships and shepherds, the Alliance and Blue Sun, and Gina and Jewel and Morena and Summer. It's too pretty to stop at 1. Trilogy, oh trilogy, I want my trilogy. Don't stop at 1, don't stop at 2, go ram it, give me 3. Trilogy, oh trilogy, that's what I want to see. Someday I'll own a box set of that big damn trilogy. Trilogy, oh trilogy, I want my trilogy. Don't stop at 1, don't stop at 2, go ram it, give me 3. Trilogy, oh trilogy, that's what I want to see. Someday I'll own a box set of that big damn trilogy. Someday I'll own a box set of that big damn trilogy. Trilogy, oh trilogy, I want my trilogy. Don't stop at 1, don't stop at 2, go ram it, give me 3. Trilogy, oh trilogy, that's what I want to see. Someday I'll own a box set of that big damn trilogy. They said we couldn't do it. They said our show should die. They took our love, they took our land, they canceled our Firefly. One thing they didn't reckon in our fan psychology is brown coats carry greenbacks and we want our trilogy. Trilogy, oh trilogy, I want my trilogy. Don't stop at 1, don't stop at 2, go ram it, give me 3. Trilogy, oh trilogy, that's what I want to see. Someday I'll own a box set of that big damn trilogy. Trilogy, oh trilogy, I want my trilogy. Don't stop at 1, don't stop at 2, go ram it, give me 3. Trilogy, oh trilogy, that's what I want to see. Someday I'll own a box set of that big damn trilogy. They say the best things in this verse always come in threes. Musketeers and Stooges, LOTR DVDs. When a show's got ships and shepherds, the Alliance and Blue Sun, and Gina and Jewel and Morena and Summer. It's too pretty to stop at 1. Trilogy, oh trilogy, I want my trilogy. Don't stop at 1, don't stop at 2, go ram it, give me 3. Trilogy, oh trilogy, that's what I want to see. Someday I'll own a box set of that big damn trilogy. Trilogy, oh trilogy, I want my trilogy. Don't stop at 1, don't stop at 2, go ram it, give me 3. Trilogy, oh trilogy, that's what I want to see. Someday I'll own a box set of that big damn trilogy. Someday I'll own a box set of that big damn trilogy. I was born on a rock where the stars didn't shine. Now I soar like a leaf on the wind. The clouds were polluted, the sea filled with brine. Now I soar like a leaf on the wind. I swore to myself that above it I'd rise, sail over the mountains and into the skies, to see the stars brighter than man can devise. I'd soar like a leaf on the wind. When governments quarreled, I was called to the fight, to soar like a leaf on the wind. I offered my wings to the side I thought right, to soar like a leaf on the wind. Then after 2 sorties my boat ran aground. My captors with laurels of victory were crowned. When the killing was over, my freedom I found, to soar like a leaf on the wind. I wandered the whole verse, I went where I'd please, adrift like a leaf on the wind. I spent a whole month trying to juggle geese, adrift like a leaf on the wind. Wherever I went, there was one thing I'd like.
So, there we go. A nice little afternoon project. Quick, simple, easy. Just something to do to take a break from the bigger project. So, we're going to clean up now. I'm going to go downstairs and play some Firefly with the wife and kick her butt. And, you know, next time we'll be right back with the Squadron Haunebu build. Back on schedule, getting back to work, and as always, subscribe, like the video. Appreciate you watching. Have a great day and keep on building.